chosen one stop right now. This moment is crucial and cannot be ignored. You may be tempted to scroll past thinking it's just another random message or passing piece of content. But let me tell you something. This is not an accident, not a coincidence, and it's certainly not ordinary. What you're about to hear was directed specifically to you. Heaven has orchestrated this moment for you, and it carries a weight that you cannot afford to miss. You are here for a reason, and the truth that is about to unfold is nothing less than divine intervention. God has called you right now. He's reaching out with purpose, with urgency, and with a clear direction that will affect everything to come in your life. This isn't just a motivational speech or an inspirational message. No, this is heaven's interruption. And heaven doesn't interrupt without reason. The words you're about to receive have your name written on them. You've been chosen to hear this. You've been chosen to receive this moment. You see, there are times when God speaks in general terms, and there are times when he speaks directly and specifically to a soul. This is one of those moments. You've probably felt it already, that quiet pressure or inner pull, something you couldn't quite explain, a sense that this moment carries more weight than others. That's not anxiety you're feeling, my friend. That's alignment. Something inside you knows this moment matters. It knows that what's being said now is crucial to your spiritual path, to your next season, and to your destiny. You didn't stumble upon this. Heaven has directed this message straight to you. God is narrowing your focus right now because what's coming next in your life is directly tied to your response. Yes, your response. This isn't a passive message. It's an active one. Heaven is aligning everything in your life for what's to come, but that alignment depends on your willingness to respond. God is not giving you a suggestion. He is giving you a divine instruction, a holy call to move, to act, and to step into the new season he is preparing for you. Your obedience to this word, this divine direction, will open doors for you that were previously closed. It will shift the trajectory of your life in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. If you've been feeling that subtle pull, that inner knowing that something significant is about to unfold in your life, this message is confirmation. That pressure, that stir within you, is heaven's way of bringing you into alignment with what's next. This is your time to hear and obey, to let go of distractions, and fully step into the divine purpose that has been set before you. You might be wondering, why now? Why this moment? Because this is the perfect timing. Heaven does not speak without purpose. And when God speaks, it's not for entertainment or decoration. It's for transformation. It's for divine positioning. The reason you're hearing this message today is because heaven knows that you are ready for what comes next, but only if you choose to align with it. God doesn't waste moments like these, and neither should you. This is your call to action. It's time to pay attention. As you hear these words, remember that God is speaking directly to your spirit. His call is not dependent on your past, your mistakes, or your present situation. His call is about what you're becoming, about who you're destined to be. It's about awakening something inside of you that's been dormant, something that has been waiting for this exact moment in time to come alive. You are being positioned for something greater. You are being positioned to step into the fullness of your divine purpose. God's call is never vague. It is precise and intentional. Every word you hear today is part of a larger plan, part of a blueprint that has been unfolding in your life even when you didn't realize it. You might not see the whole picture yet, but as you align with God's will, He will reveal it piece by piece. This is not just about a moment of inspiration. This is a divine strategy being put into motion. And your response to this message will set the stage for what's coming next. It's time to stop wandering. It's time to stop drifting. It's time to stop being distracted by the noise of the world around you. This message is a holy interruption in your life, calling you to align your thoughts, your actions, and your heart with God's purpose. Don't let this moment pass you by. Don't let it slip through your fingers as so many other moments have. This one matters. It carries weight. It's the beginning of something new. And it's a direct invitation for you to step into the destiny that God has been preparing for you all along. As you move forward, remember that obedience is key. It's not enough to hear the call, you must respond. You must act. God is calling you to a new level of understanding, a new level of spiritual maturity, and a new level of purpose. This moment is not an accident. It is a divine opportunity. Will you accept it? Will you align with it? Will you let it transform you? In the next steps, as you hear the instructions that will follow, know that they are not just for your life. They are for the lives of those around you. Your obedience will ripple out and affect others in ways you cannot yet see. You are part of a larger plan, part of a greater purpose. And the time to step into that purpose is now. This is your moment. This is your call. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Trust that God's timing is perfect and that everything you need for the next step has already been provided. Your response will change everything. Are you ready to align with the divine will for your life? Are you ready to take the next step? Stay tuned, because heaven is speaking to you right now, and what comes next will change everything. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are being called to something greater than yourself. This is your moment to hear, to respond, and to move forward into your destiny. Don't let it pass you by. It's time to align. God's call is never random or coincidental. It is always divinely precise. You are not here by accident. Your spirit has already recognized this message. Even before your mind fully understood it, your soul knew that this message was meant for you. The fact that you are here, listening right now, is no accident. You have been called to this moment by divine design. This is not just another message you stumbled upon. It's heaven's intentional interruption, meant to align you with your higher purpose. God's voice doesn't come to entertain or decorate your day. It comes to direct your destiny. This is the time when you need to stop drifting aimlessly and begin to align yourself with the divine calling on your life. God's voice is not a casual whisper. It's an urgent call to awaken, to step into something greater than you can imagine. Just like God called Samuel in the night, He is calling you now. This call is not a suggestion. It is an awakening, a moment that demands your attention. God's voice is not a simple sound. It is a divine invitation to step into your purpose. Your spirit has already heard it, and now it is time for your actions to follow. This is the moment to respond, to stop ignoring the divine pull you felt for so long. When God calls, it's not a gentle suggestion for you to consider. It is a firm, unwavering command to stop what you're doing and listen, really listen. This is not just another passing thought or feeling that fades with time. It is a profound moment that has the power to reshape everything about your life. The call you felt within you, whether it's been a quiet whisper or a growing pull, is the divine voice breaking through the noise of the world to tell you, now is the time. You might have felt the weight of this call for some time, and though you may have been uncertain about how to respond, deep down, you knew it was significant. This pull within your spirit is not an accident. The fact that you are standing here at this moment, hearing this message, is not a coincidence. It is a divine alignment orchestrated just for you. The urgency of this call is meant to awaken something inside you, something that has been waiting dormant and ready for this very moment. The journey you are about to embark upon is not one of convenience. It's one of purpose. And purpose demands action. God's call is a shift not just in the external world, but within your heart and mind. It requires you to realign yourself, to stop drifting in life, and start actively moving toward the purpose for which you were created. There's a difference between walking through life passively letting events unfold as they will, and stepping into a calling with both feet planted firmly on the path before you. This is the time when God is calling you to awaken from the slumber of uncertainty and step into a life of clarity and divine direction. When God called Samuel in the night, Samuel was unaware of the magnitude of the calling. He didn't immediately recognize God's voice, and at first he thought it was something else. But when he understood and responded, his life was never the same again. Samuel's story is not unlike yours. You may have heard whispers of a calling of something greater awaiting you, but perhaps you haven't yet fully grasped what this means for you. But God is calling you now, and this time you must respond. This is not a suggestion. It's an awakening. It's an invitation to step into your higher calling and begin aligning your actions, your thoughts, and your heart with the purpose that God has set for you. When you feel the pull, it's time to stop delaying. Stop waiting for the right moment or the perfect conditions. The perfect moment is now. The moment you stop drifting and start taking steps towards your destiny, everything will begin to fall into place. But it starts with your willingness to respond. That the key to stepping into the life you were meant to live is obedience. God speaks, not just to be heard, but to guide you into action. His voice is not a casual whisper. It is a call to your soul to move to change to align with His will. When you obey God's call, you activate your divine purpose. This isn't about impressing God. It's about agreement, about aligning your will with His and moving forward in trust. Your obedience to God's voice doesn't just unlock doors, it positions you in a place where heaven can trust you with greater things. God doesn't call people to stay stagnant. He calls you to a deeper understanding, to a higher level of growth, to a purpose that requires courage, faith, and action. Just as Moses encountered holy ground when he responded to God's voice, so too is this moment a form of holy ground for you. Heaven is inviting you into a space of alignment with divine purpose. When Moses stepped closer to the burning bush, he was not just responding to a physical call. He was stepping into the beginning of his destiny. In the same way, this moment is not just a call to listen, but a call to action. You have been called to align with your higher purpose, to step into a space where God can reveal the fullness of His plan for you. This is not a casual invitation. This is the moment where heaven opens the door to your next chapter, but you must walk through it. Your response to this call will determine the shape of the path ahead. When God speaks, it's not just to direct your steps, it's to transform your life. Every word spoken by God has the power to completely transform your perspective, your mindset, and your heart. The divine voice is not just an audible sound. It is the voice of transformation. When you respond to God's voice, you open yourself to the fullness of what He has prepared for you. Your response is the gateway to transformation. You will never be the same after you hear and obey God's call, because it has the power to move you from where you are to where you are meant to be. God's voice calls you into alignment, but it also calls you into transformation. You will not be the same person you were before you heard His call. The journey that lies ahead requires change, growth, and the courage to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. God doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. His voice is a promise that He will never leave you, and that the transformation you experience will be part of His plan to fulfill your purpose. So when you hear God's voice calling you, remember that it is not just an invitation to listen. It is a call to transformation. Every step you take in obedience to that voice will lead you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Every moment you respond in trust and faith will lead to a new level of alignment and purpose. This moment is not a random interruption in your life. It is the divine invitation to awaken, align, and transform. What you choose to do with this moment will shape the rest of your journey. So hear the call. Step forward in faith and watch as your life transforms in ways you could have never imagined. When God speaks, it's not just for you to hear as a casual listener. It's for you to respond. Your obedience is what activates divine purpose in your life. Heaven does not waste words. Every message God speaks is meant to guide you into your destiny, to lead you toward your purpose, and to transform your life. The act of hearing and responding to God's call is not passive. It is an active choice. Your willingness to align yourself with His voice will shape your future in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. Just as Moses encountered holy ground when he responded to God's voice, so too is this moment holy ground for you. This is where the trajectory of your life begins to change. This is where your divine purpose begins to unfold. You may not fully understand all that God is calling you to, but the choice to obey His direction is what opens the doors to your destiny. The ground you are standing on now is sacred because it marks the beginning of your alignment with your higher calling. Heaven is calling you to a place of transformation, and it begins with your obedience. Responding to this call will not only bring change to your life, but will allow you to fulfill your divine purpose in a way that can only be achieved through complete alignment with God's will. When God calls, He doesn't just give a message for the moment. He gives a message that has the potential to change the course of your entire life. Your response to that call is the turning point. It's the moment when you either continue as you were stuck in your old ways, or you step into something new, something greater. The choice to obey God's voice is the gateway to transformation, not just for you, but for those around you as well. God's call is not a mere suggestion or a nice idea. It's a divine invitation that requires your active participation. This is the kind of call that resonates deeply in your spirit, even when your mind doesn't fully understand it. You might feel an inner tension, a quiet pressure, a sense of urgency that you cannot ignore. It's a holy discomfort that pushes you to grow, to move, to align your life with a purpose that is bigger than what you've known. Moses' encounter with God on the mountain was a pivotal moment. When God called him through the burning bush, Moses was just a shepherd in a foreign land hiding from his past. He had no idea that God was about to unveil a destiny so powerful, so life-altering, that it would shape the course of history. But Moses had to make a choice to respond to God's call or to remain in his comfort zone. His obedience to God's voice did not just change his life, it set the stage for the liberation of an entire nation. Just as Moses encountered holy ground in the presence of God, this moment for you is also holy ground. You are standing on sacred soil, a threshold between what was and what is to come. The ground beneath you may seem ordinary, but it holds extraordinary potential. It's where the divine intersects with the earthly, where your obedience will allow heaven to open up and pour out blessings, wisdom, and guidance that will forever change the trajectory of your life. This moment is about your alignment with God's purpose. It's about positioning yourself to walk in the fullness of His will. When God speaks, He is calling you to a higher place, a place of purpose, peace, and transformation. This is the time for you to stop drifting, to stop waiting for the perfect moment, and to step boldly into the divine calling He has placed on your life. Obeying God's call isn't just about changing your actions. It's about transforming your entire way of thinking, living, and being. When you respond to His call, your life begins to align with a higher purpose. Your heart begins to change. Your mind is renewed, and your spirit is awakened to the power of divine alignment. Every decision you make from this point forward will be infused with the wisdom and guidance that comes from obedience to God's will. This transformation isn't always immediate, and it's not always easy. But every step of obedience leads you closer to the person God created you to be. The more you listen to His voice and respond with faith, the more you will see His divine plans unfold in your life. You might not see the full picture now, but trust that God is revealing it piece by piece, each step leading you closer to your divine purpose. When you step into alignment with God's voice, you align yourself with His divine timing. The doors that were once closed will begin to open. The struggles that once felt insurmountable will begin to feel like stepping stones. You will experience a new sense of purpose, and with that purpose, you will find strength, courage, and wisdom to navigate even the most challenging seasons of life. One of the greatest gifts of obedience is clarity. When you choose to align yourself with God's voice, the fog of confusion begins to lift. God's direction becomes clearer, and you begin to see your next steps more clearly. Even when the path ahead seems uncertain, God's guidance is unwavering. He will provide the wisdom you need for every decision you face, and He will lead you with His love and faithfulness. Just as the Israelites were led by the pillar of fire by night and the cloud by day, you too will be guided step by step. You won't have to make decisions in the dark, because God will shine His light on your path. His voice is the light that illuminates your way, and when you listen to it, you walk in the fullness of His will. God's call on your life is not just about what He wants for you, it's about what He wants to do through you. When you choose to respond in obedience, you are not just stepping into your own purpose, You are becoming a vessel for God to work through. Your obedience opens doors of opportunity that will not only bless your life, but will also bless others. You will become a conduit of divine blessings, wisdom, and strength for those around you. Every act of obedience is a key that unlocks a new door. These doors lead to divine opportunities to serve, to grow, and to fulfill God's purpose in ways you never imagined. As you step into God's call, He will place you exactly where you need to be, connecting you with the right people, the right resources, and the right situations. These opportunities may not always look like what you expect. They may require you to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, or to embrace something new and unfamiliar. But rest assured, every opportunity that comes your way will be a part of the divine plan God has for your life. Your obedience will make way for His blessings to flow through you in ways that will impact not only your life, but the lives of those you encounter. Obedience is not a one-time act. It's a continual process of saying yes to God every day. It's a lifestyle of aligning your will with His. The transformation that begins with your response to God's call doesn't stop. It continues growing deeper and wider as you continue to obey and follow His voice. Each step of obedience builds upon the last, creating a path of spiritual growth and transformation. Your obedience doesn't just bring change to your own life, it also impacts those around you. As you grow in your obedience to God, you will begin to influence others. Your life will become a testimony to the power of obedience, and others will be drawn to the light that shines from your heart. This journey of obedience is one of continual discovery. The more you listen to God's voice, the more you will discover about yourself and the world around you. You will learn to trust in God's timing, to rely on His strength, and to walk in His peace. When God calls you, it's not the end of something. It's the beginning of something new. It's the start of a journey that will lead you to places you never thought possible. The transformation that begins with your obedience will continue throughout your life. As you step into your calling, you will begin to see the fullness of God's plan unfold, and you will experience the joy and fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with His will. Your obedience is not just about following instructions. It's about stepping into the abundant life that God has designed for you. It's about living with purpose, passion, and a deep sense of fulfillment. This journey is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And as you continue to obey, you will discover that God's plans for you are far greater than anything you could have imagined. So stand firm on the holy ground where you are now. Take the first step in obedience and trust that God will lead you every step of the way. Your response to His call will change everything. It will transform you, and it will transform the world around you. This is your moment. This is your time. Step forward and let God's purpose unfold in your life. This moment is not just an invitation. It's a pivotal point in your spiritual journey. Your decision to tune into this message is no small thing. It is a mark of obedience, a declaration that you are ready to align with the divine purpose God has for you. Heaven is not calling you to passively listen and move on with your life. This call is one that demands action. Your willingness to hear and respond will shape your future and set the stage for the next chapter of your journey. When you align with God's call, you are positioning yourself for a destiny that is beyond anything you could have imagined. This is your holy ground, your moment of transformation, your time to rise into the person you were always meant to be. But alignment requires more than just hearing the call. It requires action, trust, and unwavering faith. You may not see the full picture yet, but God is asking you to take the first step in faith, knowing that each step of obedience will reveal the next part of your journey. Trust that as you step forward, God will meet you, guide you, and lead you into the fullness of your divine purpose. This is the beginning of your destiny. Your alignment with this moment is the key to unlocking everything that has been prepared for you. As you stand in this pivotal moment, you might feel a mix of emotions, excitement, uncertainty, fear, or even a sense of awe These feelings are natural when faced with a divine calling that transcends the ordinary. But remember, it is precisely in these moments of uncertainty that God's power is made most evident. Your faith, even when you cannot see the full picture, is what allows His will to unfold in your life. Just as Abraham was called to leave his home and step into an unknown future, your journey begins with a simple but profound step of faith. Abraham didn't know where he was going, but he trusted God's direction. He followed without knowing the destination, and in doing so, he became the father of nations. God didn't reveal the entire plan up front because it was in Abraham's obedience, step by step, that the path to his destiny was revealed. Your journey is no different. The first step of alignment may feel like stepping into the unknown, but it is in that step that God will begin to reveal the next move. Each act of obedience is a building block in the creation of the person you are becoming and the future you are stepping into. You may not see the full road ahead, and that's okay. God doesn't expect you to know everything at once. He simply asks for your obedience and trust. Think about the Israelites who were led through the wilderness by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. They couldn't always see what was ahead, but they trusted in the guidance they had been given. Similarly, in this season, God is calling you to trust in His guidance even when the path feels unclear. It is through your obedience to each small step that the entire road to your divine purpose will be revealed. Remember that alignment isn't just about being in the right place. It's about being in the right state of mind and spirit. It's about your heart's posture. God isn't looking for perfect people. He's looking for people who are willing to surrender trust and take action according to His will. As you align with His purpose, you become a vessel for His will to be done on earth. Your obedience opens doors, not just for you, but for those who will be impacted by your journey. You were never meant to walk this path alone. God is preparing you for a greater purpose that will touch many lives. As you step forward in obedience, you might encounter opposition, distractions, doubts, or even fear. These are all natural, but they are not barriers. They are opportunities for growth and strengthening. Each time you face resistance, you have the chance to deepen your trust in God and His plan for you. Remember, the greater the opposition, the more significant the calling. The enemy doesn't fight what is insignificant. He targets what has purpose, what is destined to bring transformation. You may also encounter moments of doubt. Those times when you question if you're truly on the right path. These moments are part of the process. They're a test of your faith. God isn't asking you to walk with certainty in your own ability. He's asking you to trust in His ability. As you lean into Him, as you trust His timing, He will make the way clear. His promises are always true, and He has never failed to guide His people. The moment you align with God's call, you are positioning yourself to be part of something greater than yourself. This is not about just your personal growth or success. It's about the impact you will have on the world around you. As you step into alignment, your life becomes a reflection of God's glory and purpose. The people you encounter, the relationships you build, and the work you do will all be influenced by your divine alignment. You are a light in this world, and as you step into your calling, that light shines brighter and brighter. Think of the story of Esther, a young woman who seemed to have no power or significance in the eyes of the world, yet God used her in a mighty way to save her people. She was positioned in the palace for such a time as that. Her obedience to God's call, though it required great courage, led to the deliverance of an entire nation. Similarly, you are being positioned for such a time as this. You are not here by accident. Every step you have taken has been preparing you for this moment of alignment. Just as God raised Esther up for her purpose, He is raising you up for yours. Your obedience, however, is not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of others. As you walk in alignment with God's will, you become a catalyst for transformation in the lives of those around you. Your actions will inspire others to align with their own purpose. Your obedience becomes a testimony of God's faithfulness and power, showing others that when they walk in alignment with His will, their lives too will be transformed. The journey you are stepping into will not always be easy. There will be challenges, but they are not meant to break you. They are opportunities for you to grow in strength, to build your character, and to witness God's faithfulness in new and profound ways. As you align with God's call, you will discover new depths of His love, His wisdom, and His power. You will experience a peace that surpasses understanding and a joy that comes from walking in your divine purpose. This is the season of alignment, where everything in your life begins to fall into place according to God's perfect will. As you step forward, in obedience, doors will open that you never expected. Relationships will deepen, opportunities will arise, and you will begin to see the fruit of your obedience. What seemed impossible will become possible because you have chosen to align with God's purpose. In this moment, God is calling you to step into your destiny. Your response to this call is the key to unlocking the fullness of your purpose. Trust that as you move in obedience, God will meet you every step of the way. He has already prepared the way before you, and He is guiding you to a future that is beyond what you can imagine. So take the step, align yourself with His will, and watch as your life unfolds in ways that bring glory to Him and blessings to those around you. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny awaits. You are not here by accident. The timing of this message in your life is no mere coincidence. Heaven has been orchestrating your journey, aligning the circumstances, and preparing your heart for this exact moment. It's as if the universe itself has been working behind the scenes to guide you toward the specific point of realization. You might have been unaware of the subtle shifts, but now, as you listen to this message, you can feel the stirring within you. Something inside you is awakening a pull towards something greater, a deeper alignment with your divine purpose. This moment is not simply about hearing a message. It's about stepping into it. God doesn't just speak to entertain or inform. He speaks to activate, to move you into action. Your spirit has been prepared, and now is the time to respond. You've been through seasons of growth, testing and preparation, and all of those moments have led you to this pivotal juncture. It's time to take action, to move in faith, and to walk into the fullness of what God has been preparing for you. You are on the edge of something incredible, and the timing for you to move is now. In the silence and the waiting, God has been shaping you, but now the door is opening. Your spiritual preparation has led to this divine moment. Heaven's precision in timing means that everything you've experienced has been building toward this. The alignment you are feeling in your spirit is not by chance. It is the divine precision of God's timing unfolding in your life. Don't hold back. Take the next step in confidence, for the moment you've been waiting for is here. This divine timing is not something that happens by accident. Every moment of waiting, every trial, every challenge has been setting the stage for the right now, for this exact moment. You may not have seen it before, but everything you've gone through has been a part of this greater plan. Every seemingly small decision, every time you took a step forward in faith, and every time you endured hardship without losing hope has led you here. All of it was preparing you for what is about to unfold. You see, heaven's timing isn't just about bringing you to the right place. It's about preparing you to step into something greater than you ever imagined. God doesn't just want you to hear His call. He wants you to answer it with boldness. You may have questioned if you were ready, if you were strong enough, or if you had what it took. But now, in this moment, you can be assured that you are more than enough. You've already been prepared. Your spiritual muscles have been strengthened. Your faith has been tested. Your heart has been purified. The moment you're standing in right now is not just a chance to listen. It's a chance to step into the fullness of your destiny. God doesn't speak to entertain you, nor does He speak for the sake of giving you something nice to hear. When God speaks, He speaks to ignite transformation. He speaks to set things in motion. He speaks to move you from where you are to where He has always designed you to be. The time for passive waiting is over. You have been waiting for doors to open, but heaven is saying, now is the time to walk through them. This isn't just about receiving a message. It's about stepping into the promise that God has had for you all along. The waiting is over. The preparation is complete. It's time to move forward with boldness and courage. There's a shift happening and you can feel it. You can feel it in your spirit, in the air around you, in the very environment you're in. Heaven is aligning circumstances and people in ways that will propel you into the next season of your life. This is not just an opportunity. It's a divine moment meant for you and you alone. The doors that have been closed are opening now. The road that seemed unclear is being illuminated step by step. The call that has been echoing in your soul is getting louder, more distinct. It's time to listen, but more importantly, it's time to obey. The path ahead may seem unfamiliar, and it's okay if you don't have all the answers right now. What you need is already inside you. The faith, the strength, and the courage that you've been waiting for have already been activated. It's all coming together, and you're stepping into the full purpose that God has placed on your life. What you are about to step into will not only transform your life, but it will also impact the lives of others. Your obedience is not just for you, it's for those around you. The people you encounter along the way will witness the power of God at work in your life, and they will be drawn closer to Him because of the example you set. You are not walking this path alone. God is walking with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you. The enemy may try to resist. He may attempt to remind you of your shortcomings, of the past mistakes, of the reasons why you feel unworthy or incapable. But in this moment, you can silence those lies with the truth of who you are in Christ. You are not defined by your past or your failures. You are defined by God's call on your life. You are His chosen, and He has equipped you for what is ahead. This divine timing isn't just a moment to receive something. It's a moment to give. It's a moment to give yourself fully to the plan God has for you. It's a moment to surrender your fears, doubts, and limitations, and step into the fullness of what He has for you. The door is wide open, and you are being called to walk through it not alone, but with God by your side. When you step forward, you are not stepping into unknown territory. You are stepping into the path God has already prepared for you. It may be a new chapter, but it is part of the greater story He's been writing in your life. Trust in His timing, trust in His plan, and trust in the preparation He has already completed. You are ready. You are chosen. You are aligned. The future you are walking into is not by chance. It is the divine unfolding of God's purpose for your life. You've been prepared for this moment, and it's time to take that first step forward. God is moving you into a season of fulfillment, of blessings, of purpose. This is your time, and it's only just beginning. Let the peace of knowing that you are walking in divine alignment fill your heart. Let the confidence of knowing that God is leading you carry you through any challenges ahead. Your future is brighter than you can imagine, and the timing for you to step into it is now. Embrace this moment. Step forward with faith and watch as heaven's plans unfold in your life in ways you've never dreamed of. The waiting is over. It's time to move forward in the full confidence of God's love and purpose. You are ready. Step into your destiny. No matter where you are on your journey, whether in a season of doubt, weariness, or confusion, God's call remains steady, unwavering, and constant. There may have been times when you felt overlooked or underestimated, just like David, the young shepherd boy who was ignored by his own family but chosen by God to lead a nation. Your calling is not based on the opinions of others or the limitations they place on you. It's not defined by the circumstances you currently find yourself in, whether they are difficult or uncertain. God's vision for you is not confined to what others see or expect from you. His plan for you transcends all human understanding. Even in moments of doubt, when the road seems unclear, you are still known and recognized in heaven. God sees you. He knows you. His love and purpose for you have always been present, and He has been shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for this very moment. Your life is not defined by what you see in the natural world, but by the divine plan that has been placed within you. Heaven's view of you is not dependent on your outward circumstances, but on the potential and calling He has placed deep inside your soul. The challenges you faced, the doubts that have crept in, the weariness that has weighed on you, All of these are temporary. The divine call on your life is eternal. It remains steadfast, and it is calling you forward into your true purpose. Trust that despite any circumstances you may be facing, God's vision for you will always be clear, and His plan will always prevail. Even in the darkest moments, when you feel like you are walking through a storm with no clear direction, remember that God's call is unwavering. His vision for you is not something that is contingent on the seasons of life you are in. Whether you are walking through a season of abundance or a season of scarcity, God's plan remains constant and perfect. What you see now with your limited perspective does not compare to the full view that heaven holds for you. Your journey may be one of challenge and hardship, but it is also one of preparation. You are being shaped, molded, and refined for the purpose God has designed just for you. The struggles you've faced are not meant to break you. They are meant to strengthen you, to build your faith, and to prepare you for the greater things God has in store. Just like a diamond is formed under pressure, your true potential is being unveiled through the very trials that you've endured. Remember that God is always working behind the scenes, even when you cannot see the full picture. His hand is guiding you, leading you, and protecting you. It may feel like you're alone in some of your battles, but know that God has never left your side. His presence is with you, even when you can't feel it. His love for you is not based on your performance or your circumstances. It is unconditional and everlasting. When you step into alignment with God's will for your life, you begin to walk in His divine favor and purpose. You are no longer bound by the limitations that others place on you or by your past mistakes. The calling on your life is bigger than your history, your failures, or the opinions of others. God's view of you is not based on your current circumstances, but on the potential He has placed within you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and you were designed with a purpose in mind. As you continue on this journey, there may be moments when you feel discouraged, when the weight of the world seems too heavy to carry. But in those moments, lean into God's strength. His grace is sufficient for you, and He will carry you through every trial, every tribulation, and every season of doubt. Remember that you are never alone, and God is always with you, leading you step by step, moment by moment. Trust that the plan He has for you is good, and that His timing is perfect. Even when things don't seem to be going according to your own plans, trust that God is working everything together for your good. The seasons of waiting, of preparation, and of struggle are all part of His divine plan to take you to a place of fulfillment and purpose. Just as the Israelites were led through the wilderness before entering the promised land, you are being led through your own wilderness season. But know that the wilderness is not a place of defeat. It is a place of growth and preparation. The struggles you face today are preparing you for the blessings of tomorrow. Trust that God has a promised land for you, and that every step you take is bringing you closer to it. This is your time to rise. The calling on your life is not something to be taken lightly. It is a divine assignment that requires your obedience, your faith, and your willingness to trust God. You are being positioned for something greater than you can imagine. Your destiny is unfolding before you, and God is calling you to step forward in faith and obedience. So no matter what you are facing right now, keep moving forward. Trust in God's plan, trust in His timing, and trust in the power of His presence. The obstacles you face are temporary, but the call on your life is eternal. God has equipped you for this journey, and He is with you every step of the way. Keep your eyes fixed on Him, and know that He is leading you into a future filled with purpose, fulfillment, and divine blessing. The challenges you face today are only preparing you for the victories of tomorrow. You are being refined, strengthened, and made ready for the purpose God has set before you. The road may be long, but God is walking with you, and He will see you through to the end. Keep trusting, keep obeying, and keep walking in the divine alignment that He has called you to. Your destiny is waiting, and it is closer than you think. God's plan for your life is not just about survival. It is about thriving. It is about stepping into the fullness of the purpose He has designed for you. You are not here by accident, and your life is not defined by the trials you've faced. You are defined by the divine calling that rests on your life. And with every step you take, you are moving closer to the fulfillment of that call. Trust that God has a plan for your life that is greater than you can imagine. Even when the road seems uncertain, even when the journey feels long, remember that God is with you, leading you every step of the way. Keep your heart, open your eyes, focused on Him, and your trust rooted in His perfect timing. His plan will never fail, and He will always provide everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The best is yet to come. Keep trusting, keep moving forward, and know that God has an incredible future ahead of you. You are on the right path, and you are exactly where you need to be. Stay faithful, stay obedient, and watch as God unfolds His plan for your life in ways that will exceed all expectations. In this season, God is revealing your true identity. You are not here merely to survive or to get through life's challenges. You were created to thrive. You were designed for something far greater than just existing. You were created to fulfill a divine calling, a purpose that has been placed upon your life since the very beginning. This is the moment when your identity in Christ becomes clear and your purpose begins to take form. As you align with God's will, you will step into the authority He has always intended for you. You are not just anyone. You are His chosen one, set apart to accomplish things that others cannot even begin to imagine. You may have struggled with feelings of inadequacy or have questioned your worth, but God has always seen you as His masterpiece, uniquely equipped for the calling He has placed on your life. Think of the woman who touched the hem of Jesus' garment. In her moment of weakness, she reached out with faith, knowing that if she could just touch Jesus, her life would be changed. Even when she had little strength, her hunger for God's purpose was so powerful that it drew her closer to Him. Just like her, your faith, your hunger for God's purpose in your life is what will bring you closer to Him and awaken the fullness of your destiny. Heaven responds to faith like this. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about your willingness to reach out to believe that God's purpose for your life is bigger than your present circumstances. This is the season of transformation where you will step into the full authority that God has placed within you. As you step into this divine alignment, your purpose will be revealed in ways that will impact not just your life, but the lives of everyone around you. This turning point is not just a moment. It's the beginning of a new chapter where you fully understand who you are and why you are here. It's a season of stepping into the fullness of your purpose, of walking in the authority God has given you, and fulfilling the divine destiny He has ordained for you. Your purpose is unfolding. And with each step of obedience, you'll see the doors open to greater blessings, opportunities, and spiritual growth. This is your time. This moment of transformation is crucial because it's not just about recognizing your purpose, but also stepping into it fully. The weight of the divine calling on your life is heavy, but it's also empowering. As you align with God's will, you're not just stepping into a future of blessing and success. You're stepping into the authority and responsibility that God has always intended for you. You are meant to be a vessel of His light, a source of hope and change in a world that desperately needs it. Your journey isn't about following someone else's blueprint. It's about walking in the path God has specifically prepared for you. There may be moments when you feel uncertain, when the road ahead seems unclear or even overwhelming. But in those moments, remember that God has already gone before you. He's already mapped out the journey, and He's equipped you with everything you need to overcome any obstacle. Think about the times you've been tested, when you felt like giving up or questioning your faith. Those moments were not meant to break you. They were meant to build you, to strengthen your resolve, and deepen your trust in God's plan for your life. The trials you've faced have been stepping stones, shaping you into the person God always intended for you to be. And now, as you step into the fullness of your calling, you will see how every single experience has prepared you for this moment of divine elevation. God is not only showing you who you are, but He is also revealing the incredible potential within you. You were created for this season of your life. You were created to influence, to lead, and to make an impact. Your presence on this earth is no accident. You were uniquely designed with specific gifts and talents to fulfill a specific purpose. No one else can do what you were created to do. You are irreplaceable in God's plan. It's time to rise and step into the fullness of who you are. No longer will you live in the shadows of doubt or insecurity. You are God's chosen one, and His hand is upon you. There is an authority that comes with that, calling a spiritual authority that allows you to walk in confidence, knowing that you are aligned with God's purpose for your life. Your identity in Christ is unshakable, and when you stand firm in that truth, you will see the power of God move in and through your life in ways you never thought possible. As you align with God's will, doors will begin to open that were previously closed. Opportunities will arise, and you will find yourself walking into places you once thought were beyond your reach. These blessings are not just for you. They are meant to be shared. As you step into your divine purpose, you will be positioned to bless others, to bring light into their darkness, and to help them find their own path to fulfillment in Christ. You are not just walking into your own destiny. You are walking into the destiny of others as well. This is the season of fulfillment. You've been waiting, preparing, and growing. And now it's time to step into the manifestation of God's promises in your life. His promises are yes and amen. What He has spoken over your life will come to pass. Every dream, every vision, every promise you've held in your heart is about to come to fruition. But the key is your obedience, your willingness to step forward in faith, to trust God's plan, and to align your actions with His will. God is calling you to walk in His light. As you do, you will shine brightly, illuminating the path for others to follow. Your life is meant to be a testimony of God's goodness, grace, and faithfulness. The authority you walk in will not only change your life, but it will transform the lives of everyone you encounter. You are a beacon of hope, and your divine purpose will bring healing, restoration, and transformation wherever you go. As you embrace your purpose, remember that you are not walking alone. God's presence is with you every step of the way. He is guiding you, strengthening you, and equipping you with everything you need to fulfill your calling. The journey ahead will be filled with challenges, but they will only serve to propel you further into the destiny God has prepared for you. The road may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. So take the first step. Step into the divine alignment that God has prepared for you. Trust in His timing, trust in His plan, and know that He is with you every step of the way. Your purpose is unfolding, and you are exactly where you need to be. Keep walking in faith, knowing that the best is yet to come. Your destiny is calling you, and it is waiting for you to step into it with confidence, courage, and unwavering faith. This is your time. This is your moment. Embrace it fully and watch as God does exceedingly and abundantly more than you could ever ask or think in your life. God. Quote, silence is not abandonment, it's preparation. Sometimes it may feel as though God is silent, but silence does not equate to absence. Many times in the quiet moments when you feel alone or uncertain, God is working behind the scenes, preparing you for something greater. You may not see or understand what's happening, but God's silence is His way of aligning circumstances, positioning you, and preparing your heart for the next season of your life. Just look at the life of Joseph. His journey was filled with setbacks, betrayal, imprisonment, and isolation. Yet all of these moments of silence and struggle were part of God's preparation for his future. Joseph's trials weren't designed to destroy him, but rather to refine and shape him for the purpose God had planned for him. What may have felt like abandonment in the moment was actually God's way of positioning Joseph for greater authority and influence. Similarly, your struggles, challenges, and the moments of silence you've experienced are all part of God's divine preparation. While you may not understand the full picture right now, trust that God is working in hidden ways to bring about His plan for your life. Every setback, every season of waiting is preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. Obedience unlocks authority and influence. Obedience to God is one of the most powerful keys to unlocking the authority and influence He has for your life. It's not about your talent, intelligence, or ability to make things happen on your own. It's about being positioned by God and trusting Him enough to follow His voice. God's favor and His power are unlocked when you choose obedience, even when it doesn't make sense or when it seems difficult. Your willingness to obey God, especially in moments of uncertainty, opens doors that no human power can close. When you choose to obey, you step into your true identity and calling. It's not always easy, but obedience is the pathway to the fullness of your purpose. In this season of your life, God is calling you to deeper obedience. The opposition and challenges you faced up until now have been building the foundation for your advancement. As you remain faithful and obedient, you will see the breakthrough that is waiting for you on the other side of obedience. Your faithfulness will elevate you to new levels of authority, and you will begin to see doors open that were previously shut. Your calling is a light to the world. God has not just called you to walk through life aimlessly or to simply survive. He has called you to be a light in dark places. Your journey, with all its challenges and triumphs, is meant to shine as a beacon of hope for others. Just as you face trials and struggles, your story will be a guiding light for those who are currently walking through similar darkness. The light within you, cultivated through your obedience and faith, will illuminate the way for others to find hope, healing, and restoration. This is the season where you step out in faith, fully trusting that God is leading you to the place where your true purpose will be revealed. Your obedience to His direction will not only change your life, but will bring transformation to the lives of others as well. As you align yourself with God's will, you will find that your light shines brighter and your purpose becomes clearer. You are not just walking toward your own fulfillment. You are walking toward a destiny that impacts the world around you. Now is the time for you to embrace the light within you. Step into the calling God has placed on your life, knowing that He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill it. Your obedience will bring the transformation that you've been waiting for, not just for yourself, but for those around you. Keep walking in faith, trusting that as you align with God's plan, you will become a beacon of hope in a world that so desperately needs it.